question about Billy Joe. Was it all a storm in a teacup, something over nothing?
Well, I think it is because at the end of the day, VADA is a voluntary drug testing. They have no legal standing in this country. They don't decide or call the boxers to determine whether they did something wrong or not. They just pass it on to the commission. The British Boxing Board of Control has not suspended him, have not withdrawn his licence, because the substance that they're saying he used, which he was found here, came from a nasal spray and is allowed under their rules. It's allowed under UCAD, it's allowed under WADA. So let's all forget about that, get on with the fight and let's move forward. You know, it's nothing to do. And I've noticed that, what's his name, Conte, the guy?
Oh yeah, Victor Conte.
Victor Conte bleating about it this morning. I mean, you know, let's get it right. I mean, him talking about drug cheating is a bit like Rose West talking about babysitting.
I'm glad you didn't put that one out on the radio. Just while we're on Billy Joe, Andrade fight, as far as you know, goes ahead. Still very confident?
I would hope so. They got a hearing planned in Massachusetts, but it's a big fight, and the state commission, they'll hear it, and he's not banned, so I don't see how you can ban him.
Do you think it's part of a wider kind of anti-Billy Joe conspiracy coming so soon after what happened with the video and that kind of thing?
No, if it was in the test that he had, it was in there. I mean, that's that. No one's 1 minute suggesting it was a crooked test, and I'm certainly not doing that. But you know, he's not. One thing about Bill, he's done some stupid things, as we all know. He's done a lot of things self-inflicted. One thing he's not is a drugs cheat. I know that. He was beside himself, and I know he's not a drug cheat. That's the one thing he is not. All the fights he's had, going back to Olympic Games, never had a problem with anything like that. And the substance is genuinely come from a nasal spray. It's not, you know, it's nothing been administered.
Right, very last question this time. I mean, it crossed my heart. A lot of big shows going on in December, some on pay-per-view, some not. So twofold question really. Is it right that you're planning another big London show in December, as well as your big Frampton show? And also, do you think there are too many shows, particularly pay-per-view, in December?
Brief answer. We are planning to do another show in December. I don't know what it's going to be yet. We're working on that. Regarding are there too many pay-per-view, I think there are a lot of pay-per-view. It's whether something is worth being a pay-per-view show. You know, do you think the best fighting the best is pay-per-view? And that's the only way you can make the fights happen, by the way, because you had the income generated from pay-per-view, for example, what we're here today for. And in my case, Josh Warrington and Carl Frampton, they're guys at the top of their game. For me, that's the best domestic fight out there, bar none, because it's not old guys cashing in who should have fought a couple of years ago. They're at the best of their game. They're not somebody who's been knocked out 2 or 3 times. They're the top of their game. Both got good form runs, and that for me is a quality fight. You only determine whether they're good pay-per-views or not, whether they get bought, and I'll tell you after the event. But there has been some stuff that I don't think is genuine pay-per-view fair, but it's up to you. You know, it's up to the punter at the end of the day. They're the ones who have to pull the money up.
Brilliant. Frank Warren, we appreciate your time. I hope it all goes well.
Thanks,
Cheers, Frank.